Welcome to my channel. And on this episode, I really want to talk to you. Somebody, I don't know who you are, but I want to talk to whoever it is who has found themselves in a place like where I was, sitting. You have this desire. You know exactly what it is you want. You have seen it. You have probably even been in close proximity to it. And yet, the thought alone of taking that action towards your desire, it frightens you. It feels larger than anything that you could ever achieve. And so you find yourself sitting. That desire never leaves you. It always seems to present itself to you. And so you might find yourself trying again. You might find yourself looking at YouTube videos and reading books and talking to coaches, trying to figure out how to realize your desire. And yet, before you know it, you find yourself sitting again. That was me. You see, I have had a desire to start a coaching practice for over 6 years, but I spent money getting certifications. I went through all of the modules and doing the coaching, the mock coaching sessions and all of that. I did it all. And I've watched a tremendous amount of content on YouTube. I've read so many books. I've even talked to coaches and I've joined several communities. Now, I've finally found an amazing community. I found a space that felt safe enough for me to incrementally introduce myself to visibility. And in order for me to realize my desire to coach, I knew it was going to require me to be visible because how else are you going to find me, right? If I'm not willing to post a YouTube video clip, if I'm not, willing to do a Facebook Live, if I'm not willing to put my face in front of a camera and have a conversation with you, how are you going to find me? How are you going to even know what it is that I offer? What am I about? I had to be visible, but visibility scared me to the point of no movement. I avoided it all together. Now, I didn't actually avoid visibility. I avoided the experience of fear. And I mean, this fear was almost paralyzing. There's some fear that you can move through. You know, you feel a little nervous, but it's not so much that it stops you from doing what it is that you need to do. But some fear is absolutely, listen, I would feel like I was going to come undone. My throat would feel like it's about to close. My heart is racing. Palms is sweaty. Feeling like, oh my goodness. It was just, the feeling was big. It felt big. What I was doing at first was trying to figure out how to get rid of fear. Finally, I got curious enough to start asking the right questions, like not how to get rid of it. So I had to get curious. And through curiosity, I discovered that what I was experiencing was a nervous system survival response. So, a nervous system survival response is intended to protect you and therefore stop you because the nervous system is only concerned with your safety. So, if you're like me, you probably learned about the nervous system as early as grade school. And they talked about the nervous system response of fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. So you've probably heard about or remember learning about the nervous system freeze response, but you probably haven't actually carried that into your adult life. I certainly did not. So I hadn't even put two and two together that here I am experiencing a nervous system survival response. No wonder I can't move forward. So now you're probably asking the question, all right, so it's my nervous system response. Okay, that's all well and good. What am I going to do about it? So glad you asked. So, the way we work or learn how to navigate the nervous system, as Reb Sahaj would say, you must give the nervous system new experience because you have to begin the process of updating your internal operating system. Is it that simple? It is, but it ain't always simple, right? It's not always easy to do something that sounds simple because you're still going to experience that nervous system response. But if the action steps are incremental, then you are not going to experience that nervous system response as intense as you would if you go full on and try to do the full mile. No, just do a little tiny walk. Okay? There is this saying in the coaching community: small hinges swing big doors. It's the tiny wins. Well, when we're talking about nervous system regulation or giving the nervous system a new experience, we're talking about those little, small, incremental steps. All right? So it's really that simple. And again, it might not necessarily be easy, but it is possible. And that's what's important. That's what I really that's a message that I want to bring to you today. I know that you've been sitting, and I love the story about the man sitting by the pool of Bethesda. And I don't even know if I'm saying the name of the pool right, but I love that story because Christ never judged the man for sitting beside that pool for 38 years and not taking the action towards its healing. But Christ gave him instruction that I have found so fascinating. He said, rise, take up your bed, and walk. And that just fascinates me because there's so much inside of that three-step process. And I intend to develop or create a coaching program around that wisdom. Rise, take up your bed, and walk. Also, I am intending to create a community of my own, a small community though, because I want to create a space for women that feels intimate and it feels safe enough for you to begin to introduce to the world, but in this little container, your desires, your ideas, your vulnerabilities, your feelings, whatever it takes. I want to create this very tiny community. It's going to be a members only community, VIP, and I seek to keep it small, not more than maybe 50 people. This is going to be a subscription based community, but when I am ready to pilot it, three participants will be able to enter the community at a very discounted rate. And I mean very discounted rate, and they will maintain that discounted rate for the duration of their time within the community. And this is going to be reasonably priced, okay? I want to make it where it's accessible to anyone. Again, maintaining that small number though. But I want to make it affordable and I want to make it accessible to you if this is something that you are interested in doing. All right, so these are just ideas that I'm working on right now that I wanted to share openly. And so you are aware that these things are in the making. So that is going to conclude this conversation today. If you want to continue the conversation, comment below, and I will be more than happy to continue to share with you. All right? Until next time, lovelies, I'm out.